Cool.
Yo guys, it's Tenet Productions here, back with another podcast. I hope you guys are doing well. So today I'm joined with someone I personally don't know myself. I mean, I was training one day with one of my friends in the gym. I was wanting to use the certain machine, and this brother over here was using it. So we had to talk because, you know, can I use the machine? And one thing led to another, and I found out that, mashallah, he has a lot of aspirations. Not only that, he's a like-minded person, and I was thinking to myself, you know what, let's get him on the podcast. His name's Hamzan. I want to welcome him on to the Tenet Productions podcast. Assalamu alaikum, Hamza. How are you, man?
I'm all good, man. Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. Always. How are you today? You okay?
All good, man. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, not bad, man. I mean, we are filming in the month of Ramadan, so we're trying to utilize our timing as well. I would have offered him a drink, but it's what it is. But
That's all good.
I'm glad you made it, alhamdulillah, man. And I'm excited to hear your story because I don't know you personally, and I feel like, inshallah, today I will get to know you personally, and we'll see what happens. But I know a brief about you, so. You have a clothing brand, a 3 a.m. build clothing brand. It's mainly tailored to, is it towards the gym?
It was made specifically at the beginning for the gym, but it's versatile from what I've noticed as a trend. Obviously, my ambassador is wearing it, I'm wearing it right now, out normal. But yeah, it's tailored to the gym, like it's a gym design, but I think it's more versatile. You can wear it anywhere, really.
No problem. I mean, let's dive deep into the name.
Okay.
3 a.m. build. Where did that come from? That's a very unique name.
To be honest, the name, it was a last minute change, if I'm going to be honest, because I want something unique, and obviously I keep going to the people around me, and I needed something unique because, you know, if you're searching up on Google or something, you want a unique name because you want to be the first thing that comes up. But then obviously, funny enough, it happened in the middle of the night. Hence the name 3 a.m. build. Yeah, so the whole purpose is when you can't sleep, most likely 3 a.m., you're normally procrastinating about being your best self, how can I improve?
100%.
And obviously, the biggest thing for me was I kept dipping in and out of the gym. Hence the social media came as well. And obviously, I wanted to hold myself accountable, hence the name build, because I wanted to be in the best shape, even at 3 a.m.
Okay, nice.
So at all times wanted to be the best self. That was the whole purpose of the
3 a.m. build.
Yeah.
I mean, so how did it come to clothing? So like you could have thought the name 3 a.m. build. Why move over to clothing? Why, you know, what made the clothing the impact?
I wanted to put my face to a brand straight away, and I think it was an easy selling point because I didn't really have a brand yet. But if I put myself on a brand straight away, I felt like it was me deep diving into the deep end. Because if I had a clothing brand, I can sell myself and the clothing at the same time. Yeah. And also, it's like, for me anyway, it was a nice moment to look back on. Like, if I'm in the gym, I see a few people in my hoodies, and it's like, that's basically mine. So it's like it's like a nice moment of realization.
Okay.
Plus, it links to content as well, because I can get more content out of clothing.
Okay, 100%.
So yeah.
I mean, let's go all the way back. So like, let's talk about your origin story. Because I love, as you guys know, the followers that are watching this, you know that I love the Marvel and the DC universe, and every hero and even a villain has. I'm not saying anything.
That's okay. I was going with this.
But every hero and a villain has an origin story as to who they are. So whether it's heartbreak, whether it's, you know, betrayal. But the thing is, with those business owners, we have something that triggers us. That, like, for example, I mean, you mentioned that 3 a.m. You're procrastinating at 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm guessing that you might be sleep deprived. Is that, if I'm on the right line? You know, like staying up late in the night and wanting to find out what your true purpose is in life. And I'm guessing that's sort of like is your origin story, like you staying up at one night and then boom, you've got a light bulb moment.
The thing is, obviously, I think my thing was, I used to have a job where my shift patterns alternated from mornings to nights. Yeah. And obviously, more time if I'm doing it at night, I'm either finishing at 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. And it got to a point where you're looking at yourself and thinking, is this really what you want to be doing for like your whole career, for your life? And we both know ourselves, you can't really rely on a 9 to 5 really. No. Because it doesn't really get you anywhere. Plus there's a limit on elevation, because obviously either you get a promotion because someone's left, retired, or you end up getting one that look because they needed a position that is expanded.
More workload.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But obviously, I was just thinking like, what can I really do if I'm putting the same amount of work into myself, my own brand? How far can I take it? And that's it, because I'm, like I said to you before off camera, I didn't want to be stuck around the same 10, 15 people. Because obviously you in life you do get into some difficult positions where you're like, who can I really pick up the phone to? Because it could even be like your car breaks down, you might not even have a phone number because you're not really out there socialising. It's just things like that. I wanted to build a contact list.
Who can I call at 3 a.m? Yeah, 100%. I know exactly where you're coming from, because myself, I'm still in this matrix. I call it we call it the matrix. So you probably, the viewers will probably know about what we mean as well. It's just you're on the same network of people, and it's the same problems, and week in, week out. And I get exactly where you're coming from. So you did it for a networking, and we're guessing you did it for a networking.
It's networking, and also I just wanted to see what other options I could have explored, because we're both in our 20s. You know, 20s is where you can afford to fail, really.
100%.
So you kind of want to put your hand in as much parts as possible, because if you're not, you're just wasting your 20s.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
But yeah, I mean, wow. So like 3 a.m. build. I mean, where do you like? So you've got the brand. Alhamdulillah, you've got the clothing. You've got the clothing coming as well.
Yeah.
So where do you see it elevating to, the 3 a.m. build?
See, currently on my 3rd drop, so I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a stroke of luck, because I think it comes with luck with how quick it took off. But then again, saying that, I did go for a different route of marketing my things. At the beginning, I did indirect marketing, where I was basically just wearing my clothes, recording my videos and posting it. Obviously, then I got a bit more attention around the clothing, like where's this from, etc. So could see there was a hype building up there. But then I kind of branched out to ambassadors straight away. I currently have six ambassadors. They get the clothing, and because they're posting videos, it sold itself really. So I didn't really need to do much in that sense. But the sky's the limit really. I can't really put a cap on it, because if I do put a cap on it, I'm only limiting myself.
100%, you're right.
So yeah, like I said, as right now, it's going really well. I've met some amazing people as well. So I can't see it slowing down anytime soon, because new designs, I can explore different pieces of clothing, just different ventures really, and partnerships and everything.
Tell me about your designs, like the design, something that you like, because I know the brand is your image.
Yeah.
So what are your designs like? I mean, are they designed something that's a part of you, that's a part of your life? How are the designs built for?
Because it was initially made for a gym. Like even this right now, the P in the process is a dumbbell.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So yeah, and obviously, like I went through so many logo designs. Just wanted, because the first branding that you do, I feel like it can be as creative as possible. Like if you backdate to Nike, look how creative their first logo was, and now look at it, it's simplistic. So I think right now I wanted to just go crazy with it. As much detail as possible, kind of going for that graphic jumper t-shirt kind of vibe, because it's in trend and it hasn't really stepped out of trend for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted it to be like the main piece, so if someone looked at my hoodie from the back or something, they'd see it straight away, like it's bold.
Yeah.
But with that, there was many trials that it came with. My brother especially, every design that I gave to him, he was like, nah, this is not it, like it's crap. And I was like, I needed that, because I probably would have come out with a basic design that would have thingy, but everybody compliments the design, so that, I think that in itself is the hardest part of business. Creating a logo. And
quality control as well. Quality control.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Yeah.
At least you've got people in your network, like your brother, for example, speaking you on, like, cause you there's only one set of eyes, and you only, like, it's the same. For example, if we link it back to videoing, like when I make a video, I'm a perfectionist, so like I always see fault in my work, even though my work's I'm like, yo, this is, you know, I don't like that, I don't like this. But then when I show it to someone else, they see different faults, stuff that is quite obvious if you know where I'm coming from. And when I do my videos, I show it to someone else, they see a fault in it, which I haven't seen or I didn't acknowledge. But it's good to have that, because once your work's out there, people can see it. If you haven't got that sort of quality control, same with your brand, if you haven't got quality control on the print, I'm guessing the money's been wasted.
1,000,000%.
But yeah, so like, talk me through. So inshallah, there's going to be another drop, and at the same time, what I like, why why would consumers? I mean, let's talk about your target audience. Who is your target audience as 3am?
It's weird. I would have predicted my main audience would be gym people, but it turns out that just because of the design, everybody wants one. Because I went to a few societies where I plugged the clothing and a few events too, and everybody just wanted to buy it. And saying that, I thought my main target audience would be men as well. It seems to be, for last time I looked at it, it was like 64% female and then the rest was male. Yeah, because it's like the whole oversized fit, so.
I mean, women, is it sort of, what sort of women is it, like men and women, is it sort of like English, Pakistani, do you know roughly?
It's mixed, it's mixed, yeah. I've had quite a few off-sea orders as well, which is crazy to even think.
Wow.
So yeah, but yeah, like it's been a mixture, especially in the UK, because obviously I do, if it's local in Sheffield and Rotherham, I'll do the delivery. So from what I've seen, it's a mixture.
Alhamdulillah, that's good, man. That's good. And so, like, you've got your new brand coming up. Talk me through, like, what you expect in terms of sales, what you expect in terms of how you're gonna push 3am build to the next level.
Okay. My plan is I want to do a selective drop, essentially, which means I will change the design every maybe drop. Just so I can experiment to see which one is in, and plus it gives my brand versatility in the sense of, because right now, I don't know if you've seen, but puff printing, do you know what that is?
No.
Have you seen Broken Planet hoodies?
No.
Basically, it's like...
Is it like a puffer jacket with...
No. So it's my hoodie normally. So, and it'll have like a design that kind of is 3D and it's like foam that kind of comes out.
Okay, like a hologram sort of.
Kind of, yeah. And that's really in right now. I'd want to do a drop of that, because obviously everybody loves the whole oversized plus that. But then obviously I do want to cater another drop to like a fishy gym brand basically. So, in the sense of, I want my t-shirt to be a bit more fitted,
muscle fit,
compressed, yeah, because I know a lot more people will buy it because you want to look good in a gym essentially.
Gains, yeah,
not everybody likes an oversized t-shirt. Same with the hoodie, if you have it a bit more thinner, I'd say, and it hugs the arms a bit more, everybody likes to go to the gym looking big already.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
So yeah, just like my drops would be tailored to different categories of audience to see which one does the best really. And obviously then my brand can't be affiliated with just one style.
Is it just hoodies and t-shirts you just wanted to create, or will it be any sort of trackies or...
Oh no, definitely. Yeah, I think trackies, I'm pushing towards cargos as well. I like the whole idea of like a utility jacket. Yeah, it's like, but my utility jacket's going to be like a shirt, so, and obviously with a few pockets. I just want it to be in a professional setting as well.
Okay, yeah. And what about like accessories for the gym? So would you like straps, belts?
I don't know if I do accessories, because controversial, but I don't really use many things in the gym.
Okay.
I just use sleeves here and there because of a bad elbow. But there was talks about doing like socks, hats, caps, etc.
Yeah.
Which I think caps obviously do go with the gym field. But obviously then there was somebody that reached out to me about doing a pre-workout with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is very interesting. It's one of the things where even then I don't take pre-workout. So I know what to look for, but it's not my thing. But I definitely would explore it. Like I've been in talks with them in and out. So I
mean, supplements is another path.
1,000,000%. I think something service based, like getting customers to come back and buy all the time. Because that's really how you want your business 100%. To be. Because obviously hoodies, t-shirts, they could last a few years really. So, but with these things, you have caffeine addicts, so it could come in and out. So yeah.
Especially me, but so okay. So like, where do you see the brand in 5 years' time?
Also, interesting question. In 5 years, I think I'd want it to be industrial in the sense of I'd want it to be in a sort of warehouse, but a small one, where I do have my own team. So I kind of take a little hands-off approach so I can work on other things. So I think if I keep going with the trajectory I'm going right now, I think it should be possible, definitely.
What about, would you ever see the 3am building in retailer shops? Like, for example, we mentioned Nike. Like for example, in Meadowhall, would you ever see it pop up in one of them? one of the stores?
Maybe in the future, but I kind of want to have it exclusive in the sense of I want it to be sold out as soon as it comes in.
Okay.
Because then I always have the demand.
Yeah, and it builds that curiosity as well with the consumers. Because consumers love it when, for example, Prime, like you know how well they marketed Prime.
Crazy.
And people are still buying that.
Yeah.
It's gone from like curiosity to now demand, and I'm guessing you want to take a similar approach where you want to build that curiosity where everything's sold out, and people thinking to themselves, if this sold out, I want one. It's just that marketing psychology sort of basis where if it's sold out, it's popular. And I think that's a very, very smart way and a smart approach to to market yourself. But enough with the 3 AM bill. Let's talk more about you.
Okay.
Let's talk about the man behind the mask. The Hamza. So talk me through talk me through your school days. Talk me through what you've been through in college and how it led for you to be this open-minded about being an entrepreneur.
It's really weird. Throughout my school days, I'm not gonna lie to you, didn't do the best. In the sense of I kind of messed about in school, didn't really take a serious approach when it came to like year 11, let's say, when GCSEs came up. I've never really been a books kind of person, weirdly enough. But that changed obviously when I got my first job, started earning a bit of money, realised the responsibilities that came with it. Because obviously when I got a job, I had to mature, because obviously you're getting money now, life can be a bit more, you feel like you're a man basically, even with the small paycheck that you get.
Exactly, yeah.
But there came a point where, I think it was like my second or third year in college, so second year maybe, I was like, nah, I need to put my head down, because like, what am I doing?
What were you studying in college?
Applied science.
Okay.
Wasn't amazing, yeah.
Was it at Sheffield College?
Nah, it was Longley.
Longley, okay.
Longley, yeah. So obviously I did that 2 years, I got good grades, then I took a gap year to work. But then obviously I was like, what do I really want to do? I ended up going back into studying near law right now. And obviously when I did that, I was like, if I can do that after taking a big gap, I think I took maybe 1 or 2 years out of the way. So I was like, if I can do that after going back into studying, because as soon as people go into studying, they're coming from college, so they'll be switched on with all these different writing techniques, etc.
Yeah.
So I came into it blindly, and obviously it was hard to adjust, but I was getting the grades, so I was like, okay, I'm doing well. So why am I wasting this potential?
Yeah, I get you.
So obviously then I went to the brand, just exploring different options. So yeah, kind of here right now.
I mean, why is it tailored towards the gym? Why gym?
Like I said, I think it was because I kept stepping in and out of the gym and I wasn't really being consistent with it. I was looking at my body, I was thinking, I've just got body dysmorphia. It's an excuse for me really, because I was getting into really good shape, then it looked shit, and I kept like losing size, adding weight, and I was like, yeah. Then obviously now I think with the whole branding itself, the social media, I'm not really an out there person, but I feel like I had to do it just to keep myself accountable.
Okay.
Yeah, and obviously it's also the relatable side of it, because a lot of people will be going through the same, where because of their job, because of the whatever they're doing, gym becomes last priority, because no one's pushing you to go to the gym. Whereas with a job, realistically, your manager will be pushing you because you need to be in.
Exactly, to hit the targets.
Your bills. Yeah. It's just different things, but obviously with the gym, it becomes last priority because there's no urgency there. But then you end up falling in love with the gym again, and you're like, nah, I need to keep on top of my health because.
100%. Yeah, well, that's actually quite interesting as well. Like with the gym, it's so underrated. When you hit the gym, the dopamine levels you get, I bet you £1 million. I mean, even Hamza can agree with this as well. That you never regret a gym session.
Oh, never.
You never regret going to the gym. Obviously, before you hit the gym, you'll be like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm going to do that. I might not be able to go. But I bet when you hit the gym, you never regret going. Because
you feel good afterwards.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Mentally, you feel good, you feel refreshed, and I feel like it's everyone goes through life differently. And with the gym, I feel like it sort of brings you back down, stabilizes you basically. It gives you that calibration where you basically come down to earth and you know what to do, you know what to work on, and it's so underrated, man. so underrated. People just think, oh, going to the gym, you just want to get massive, but they don't think about it mentally as well, because everyone goes through this mental health process where, you know, they're insecure about themselves, so they're not really too sure where they're going to be in the future. Future can be scary. And with the gym, it's sort of like a, well, I might be OTT in this, but it's sort of like a cult or like a religion where you basically go on and you do your thing, and people do it relentlessly. And some people just do it for their, you know, on a weekly basis.
Interesting way to put it.
You know, you got to think about it. You got to be open.
No, I agree.
You got to be creative, and so let's go back on to the 3am build. I know you're doing your own podcast, and you're starting a YouTube channel as well. So I mean, what can we expect on this platform?
So I think I want to do a podcast channel separately, but obviously my normal one will be like day in the lives, like food videos. Big into food. Who isn't?
After Ramadan, we'll team up on that. You heard
that? Just collaborations with other people. I want to do a series where I kind of go into somebody else's field, like hobby, like. If you did you do videography, I may do videography with you for a little bit.
Okay.
They can come to me, they can come to work with me, even like a gym session. But it'll be like essentially, I want to do gym sessions, exchanging with another sport with someone.
Okay.
So if someone's into badminton, tennis, we can train now, and we can do it in a separate video each. And it's essentially just like a podcast, but an outdoorsy one and a less formal one.
Okay, like a full day of like doing whatever. So like, for example, if the guy does CrossFit, I do CrossFit.
Okay.
Are you aware of like
I know
the sport CrossFit? Totally different kettle of fish to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
It has its similarities, but for me, I find CrossFit way more beneficial than bodybuilding.
It's like a mixture between calisthenics and bodybuilding.
For me anyway, for my lifestyle, I feel like, because I'm on my feet and I'm sat down editing for hours. And I feel like with CrossFit, it's a high intensity workout where it's just 1 hour a day where I just put in everything, and at the same time we also go through mobility and you know, because with their workouts, you have you heard of the snatch, where you basically you need to extend your arms and squat snatch basically. My mobility is rubbish, and I find, because I've done bodybuilding when I was younger, I really enjoyed it, but I didn't want to go into it too much. But then when I started filming, that's when I started having problems with my body. Like, I'd go to a wedding and I kid you not, I'd be so stiff that like I'd be a robot. I wouldn't be like, you know, because with the wedding it's one take, and when it's a one take, you've got to be rapid with everything you do. So with changing the batteries, with adjusting the gimbal, everything needs to be quick, and sometimes you're on your knees as well. You know, you squat down to grab something, you might drop something. I was struggling. I'm not gonna lie, I thought, you know what, this is not for me.
Could imagine it's
just because my legs were stiff. And the thing is, I talked to a few personal trainers, I talked to a few people that I know in my network, and they mentioned CrossFit. Every single one of them mentioned CrossFit.
Is it?
Every single one of them.
Okay.
CrossFit, try CrossFit. I'm like, okay, let's try CrossFit. And I tried it, and I've been doing it now for about a year and a bit, and I've not looked back, man.
It's really weird. Everybody frowns upon CrossFit in the fitness industry.
Yeah, especially in Instagram. But the thing is, I don't agree with a lot of the things they do, especially the pull-ups.
Okay, yeah.
I do it as part of the workout, but I wouldn't do it if I were to work out on my own.
Oh, is that genuinely part of the exercise? I thought they were just violating.
No.
Okay.
You actually do that. Sometimes I have to do it because it's part of the WOD. A WOD is like a workout.
What does that do then?
So with the pull-ups, it's basically, it works on your arms, and it's a kip. It works on your arms and your core.
Okay.
It's quite well. It's not. It has its benefits, but I don't know it 100%. But at the same time, it's helped me a lot with exploring my body.
Okay.
100% exploring my body. So like my hip flexors are too tight. My upper body's way too tight, especially for my traps. I can't fully extend. You know, when I get into a squat, when I'm doing my snatch, my hands just drop there. I've got to be locked out. We're also doing handstand walks, which I can't do yet. You know, it's stuff like that you want to be in control of your body, and I feel like you've got to definitely do it. The only thing that's like the biggest obstacle in my way is probably food, but inshallah, like throughout the process, we'll definitely get that amended, and you know, I'll get that body that I once had, but this time this body will be like the 2.0. You know, it'll be a new.
Could make a series out of it.
Potentially.
Man, 1,000,000%. I see it.
The world's an oyster, you know.
Yeah, man.
You got to be creative. I mean, so like with your podcast, I mean, what is it? What's your aim with your podcast? What is it called as well?
haven't got a name yet.
No.
That is the hardest bit. I don't know what to really put a name on it because obviously I've been thinking about it a lot and I don't really want to associate it with 3am build. But I don't know. It's a very hard thing to do because I wanted to make it unique, catchy, etc.
Why podcast?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Okay, so my whole purpose of my podcast was, first of all, it was for students that are doing a business like me. And obviously this is it's a very, what can I say, a lot of people aren't doing it. And it's a scary approach because not a lot of people are doing it. Plus, you might find the average person in uni that wants to do their business but they're too scared of like finances, how am I going to make it blow. So obviously the whole purpose of my podcast was going to be to show that it's not that scary and any advice that they can really take to start their own business and how they can do it with minimum money, etc. But now, before even starting it, I branched out to a few people that have already started their own business, they're quite successful, or they've already established a business which is doing quite well. So my whole thing is they can talk me through their journey. So my first episode was somebody called Jacques Etia. Yeah. This is actual name as well.
Yo.
Yeah.
Sounds like a footballer.
He is a footballer. Yeah, so he loves his cameras. And one day at work, because I used to work with him, he got a camera and he started documenting his journey, road to pro. And at that point, when I first met him, he was only working here because he got an injury. And it kind of stopped him when he was about to step up to semi-pros. Now he's doing it, which is amazing. And obviously, you know yourself, any sport that people take on is a very hard thing to get into because you can get an injury, it's hard to get paid. So the whole thing for bringing him on was the journey of becoming it. What's his motivation? Because obviously he had a lot of friends in the academy as well that have not made it and they've got normal jobs because it isn't really feasible to keep going if they're not making any money. How he made money from it, what advice he'd give, and why content creation out of all things. And all these link back, I feel the best. I'm doing something I love. I don't want to be going to when I'm old and I have kids or whatever and I said I could have done that but I didn't do it.
Exactly, it's exactly how I feel. Yeah, so that's great with in terms of Jack Reach coming onto the podcast. Have you recorded anyone else in terms of like the podcast? Is it just him?
No, just him so far, but I've got a few people lined up even this week and pushing on to next week. So,
no worries, man. So I mean, in terms of like, is it just going to be on YouTube? Where is it going to be sort of published?
No, the main clips are going to be on YouTube, but there's going to be clips of it on like TikTok, Instagram, etc.
Shorts, yeah.
So yeah.
So shorts clips. Similar to why I do my podcast. I mean, I do it to show the network and at the same time is to benefit the viewers because even if it's one thing that the viewers take from the podcast, it would it would fulfill my purpose in doing the podcast because we all know that knowledge is power, and people that are consuming this podcast doing it either for the knowledge based or they're just doing it because they like us basically. But if they can take one thing from this podcast, I'm more than happy, and that is my goal fulfilled. And yeah, I mean, I feel like we have the similar sort of mindset when it comes to starting the podcast, and hopefully, inshallah, in the journey, you may find your name. But I mean, I'd definitely not call it 3am podcast. Well, 3am podcast.
Nah, it's not him.
You know?
Nah. God, it does alright either.
At 3am.
No one's going to my house at 3am.
I mean, the thing is, it's a journey. It's a
1,000,000%.
Like even the name Tenet, it didn't come out of nowhere. It came through the journey. Maybe from a film, you never know. It's a journey, and you experience things, and once you experience it, you're like, okay, you'll have a light bulb moment, and when that light bulb moment hits, that's when you can sort of excel. But let's move on to editing. We've had a brief chat off camera about editing. So you use Premiere Pro?
I do.
And do you have is it the full version you've got?
Yeah.
Full version, and how are you finding it so far?
It's a lot more complicated than CapCut, definitely.
100%.
Because obviously I started off with short form, and I've just started doing long form content. So yeah, I could still do on CapCut, but there's not much. There's a lot to do on CapCut.
100%.
But I kind of want to branch out to Adobe. So yeah, because there's more to do on that.
Is it something that you've learned through a course, editing, or is it just something that you picked up off YouTube in terms of how you edit?
No, definitely YouTube. Yeah. I've got friends that do YouTube as well, so they give me tips. But you got YouTube, you got internet. Exactly. It's the main thing to be useful.
100%. You make the most out of what you've got in front of you, like YouTube University. Like everyone asks me as well, did you go to film school?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I learned everything pretty much through YouTube, and with the YouTube it led me through the right direction in where I want to go, because at the moment I've still got a few things that I need to figure out what I need to do in terms of my business. But like I was saying, it's a journey, and YouTube is something that it's an amazing platform where people use it for the wrong reasons. I feel like use it for procrastination, use it for their own their own pleasures in terms of watching stuff, but they're not using it for the education that's provided on there, which is amazing. Like there's this countless amount of videos. Literally, you can go, like, we had an issue with the microphone, guys, and all I did was just pull up a tutorial on YouTube, and I could have solved it there and then. But you live and you learn, and you gotta do what you gotta do, man. But so that in terms of the editing, I mean, so would you ever like see yourself editing like long for like content that's like for example promotional content, filming like content that you could film for other businesses?
I've done a bit of videography, but I got offered to do a wedding once, if I'm going to be honest, but I declined it because I feel like a wedding is too far to go into straight away, because it's like you said, you got one take, and I can't really be telling them to keep on doing shots, and plus you don't really want to ruin someone's big day as well. So obviously maybe one day in the future I'll branch out to it. But I've done a few promotional content. I think that's the easy work, because you can film shots, but when you put in editing you can make it look amazing.
100%.
But like who knows, maybe I'll join you with Tenet Productions one day.
With the weddings, you never know, guys, you might see Hamza again. But going back to what you just said, it's funny, man, because you mentioned that with the wedding it's a one take and everything, that I completely understand, but that's where there's a difference between us both. I got offered to shoot a wedding, and I got asked whether I've done a wedding before. Now I've been in the weddings, and I know how it all sort of happens. I didn't technically lie.
So
I just said yes, I've been in the wedding situation, I know how to shoot a wedding, and I did the wedding, and there was a lot of things I learned, because I watched so many wedding videos on how to shoot weddings. But online, one thing that the market is lacking in online, on especially on YouTube, is shooting Apna style weddings. There's so many content out there for English weddings, but for Asian style, Pakistani style weddings, but then nikah ceremonies with the mehndi, there's nothing out there. So I kind of went in. I didn't go in blind. I went in because my brothers have all been married when they're older, so I kind of know. I kind of know a bit of the gist, because I was into cameras when I was younger. So one of my good friends was getting married during lockdown, and his cameraman had COVID, so he was struggling for a cameraman. And then he came to me, he goes, "You shot a wedding before?" I was like, "Yeah, I've been at weddings. I know how it works." So I didn't lie to him. I just goes, "I know how it works, and I've got a decent camera." I shot his wedding film, and it was a small wedding, but at the same time still important, because they spent loads of money on decorations.
They can't have another take. That's what it is.
Exactly. And alhamdulillah, like that wedding film, he still watches it till this day, even though it's one of my worst pieces of wedding films I've ever done, because it was done 2 years ago. Exactly. And then for him, he loves it, and he still watches it with his wife, and he's even got a 2-year-old kid now that he still watches it, and he still watches it, man. So alhamdulillah, it puts a smile on my face, and it also, like, it comes down to being confident, you because with weddings you've been to countless weddings.
I haven't been to one recently. Obviously, last time I went to a wedding properly was either my brother's or when I was a little kid. So,
but it's the same procedure, man. I've done like 50 odd weddings, but it's the same thing in terms of how it's shot. All these things that's different is preference, where sometimes you might want to go to the bride's house or the groom's house. That's the only preference. But because I did my wedding in lockdown, and I basically showed my work out to a few of the videographers, networked out, they gave me an opportunity where I actually did a lot of free to fee. So I did a lot of second shooting for other videographers that are big in the game in Bradford, Manchester. I did it for free, so I went over to their weddings for free. I got a gist of what to do, what to learn, and I mean, you can't buy experience.
That's exactly it.
You can't buy experience, and The thing is with a lot of you'll realize as well, a lot of other videographers, they're very, very stingy in terms of what knowledge they offer you. That is one thing that I've never been like. If anyone has any questions on Instagram or anything, I'm more than happy will answer it, and I'll give it to them the best of my abilities. Whereas if when I knew a videographer when I first started and I asked him for help, he didn't give me any time of the day. Okay. No time. He's one of my dad's good friends. Never gave me a time of the day, and he thought that I was going to take away his trade. It's an amazing thing to get into. It's very lucrative, as you can imagine. People spend thousands of amounts of money on weddings, and if you're in with the right amount of people, you'll be comfortable for a very long time. And word of mouth plays a big part, especially
with any business though. Even 100%. With my business, word of mouth is your best friend really.
100%, and the brand as well. So like always wear your brand when you're out when you're filming.
Indirect.
Exactly. And like for example today, we're wearing the brand. We want to advertise it, and I feel like we're on the right track, and I'm guessing as well, inshallah, like maybe in a few years we sit back down again. We reflect. We reflect on our goals. We reflect on whether we hit them, and we may be in different circumstances. It is, but let's.
It's funny you say this because I had one person that I wanted to bring on the podcast, and he agreed straight away. Like first off, he agreed, but then he thought, and he kind of talked himself out of it. And I literally said the exact same line you said, and I was like, because he's like, if I want to go on a podcast, it has to be where I've done a lot. I want to inspire kids, etc. And I said that's the whole reason that I want to bring you on now, because with the trajectory you're on the path, you've already inspired X amount of people, exactly. And it's only growing. So and I literally in the same words said, in a few years we can revisit and reflect on how we've both progressed.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, long story short, he still didn't want to come on. He said he's not ready yet. But nah, he's doing a lot, but I don't think maybe he's like both of us. You're too harsh on yourself sometimes.
What is it that he does? What does he do?
His name's Hamza as well, funny enough. And he's got his own business, which is, I believe he's a graphic designer, and he's got a community list, which is called Cricket Arena.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of it.
In Sheffield.
Yes.
What about? I've seen a few bits. He does a lot of things for community, for schools. That's
exactly it. And he's putting kids out there. And obviously on one of the videos I watched, the kid was like, it's perfect, I'm coming, like working hard in school and I get to come here and do it. And I said to him, the reason I want to bring you on is because of how much of an influence you are to these kids and what you've helped them attain by keeping them off the streets really. And they could be doing anything. 100%. And you've built this where they can come here, even their dads are playing with them. And yeah, I said just by you doing that, you've impacted a lot of their childhood, which they'll grow up and they'll remember a lot of these things.
100%, man, and exactly, man, and you could be definitely a role model to the children.
I already think he is, but he's not confident enough yet because he hasn't achieved enough. But I said you can't live like that.
You've got to mention to him that comparison is the thief of joy. If you're comparing yourself with other people, then you're going to be stuck in a loop. Whereas if you're comparing yourself to who you were yesterday or who you were last year, then you can measure that metric, because it's hard to compare against. Everyone has different experiences in life. Everyone has a different trade of thought. You can't really compare yourself to other people. But whereas if you compare yourself, then you can have a metric. You can have something that is measurable.
Yeah.
But definitely, I definitely wouldn't give up on getting him on board.
Yeah.
But coming on to the last few bits, I mean, where can we find you, Hamza, on social media?
So Instagram, TikTok, both at 3am build. I have a website as well. It's www.3ambuild.com. Obviously with the YouTube it's also 3am build, but with the podcast it could change channel wise, but not sure yet what to name it. Once I get the name, then you can find me in a podcast too.
Yeah, man, so I'm excited to to maybe even visit Hamza on his podcast as well, because off camera he mentioned that there could be either myself on there, so I'm excited to be a guest for once on a podcast here. But alhamdulillah, man, like I really enjoyed this conversation. I learned a lot about Hamza. I learned a lot about his mindset. It's very similar to how I am as well. Very straightforward, and if you have any questions or any comments or anything that you want to ask Hamza, make sure you comment down below, guys. And as always, make sure you like, subscribe and share it out to a friend. And remember, guys, your network is your net worth, so take that in mind. And all the best. Take care, stay safe and wash your hands. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro.
Don't worry, bro. That was good, man.
Alhamdulillah, bro. So.